Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of SMB, a South Park review. Each and every week, me and my boys, guys, gals, known as Dane Becker, and more like to review South Park for you. And we're back to start season 18. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go fund yourself. This is SMB number 251, and we are reviewing South Park's 248th overall episode.
Skip.
All right, and let's get it rocking and rolling, boys. This is, of course, SMB number 251. As I said, this is the 248th overall episode, as it originally aired on September the 24th, 2014. Someone's birthday. We're not going to give it away, but it's someone's birthday on that day. So here's Cartman. He's laying in bed. And this is how the episode opens up. They're all going to be thinking of different ideas. So they're just going to be throwing names out the wall.
Boner bows, boner forest. Dense
Some of these
boner
actually
forest.
like
Pungent crotch sweat.
that one. That's a good one. Pungent crotch sweat. I like that one.
That sounds like something you would see on like one of those boxer ads, like we're really cool for your balls. Like, get rid of that pungent cock sweat or whatever the fuck it was with our nice cold underwear.
Right.
Milky crotch ooze.
Oh God.
Vaginal belch.
Milky.
Barking vaginal belch. That gives me a question.
Protruding vaginal boner.
Has anyone
Protruding vaginal boner.
Barking vaginal belch. That's
belch,
not
which-
the first time we've heard this, is it?
No, it really isn't. And I mean,
The Tourette's episode. It had to be the Tourette's episode.
it's either that or Cartman's swearing tirade in the
V-chip.
movie.
V-chip, yeah.
Yeah, the V-chip. But I mean, it also makes me think of the question, has anyone you ever loved queefed on your face?
Is anyone you've ever loved queefed on your fucking face? That's a great question. I don't know if I can answer that, but maybe.
Have you ever had someone you love queef in your face?
Scoop can, Scoop.
He still refuses to answer, folks. Yes.
No way he just said that.
All right, so here we are back in the episode. They're continuing to, make disgustingly referenced company names.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know what he said there.
Rat booby tubes. Nah. Bloody butt cock. Uh-huh.
Bloody butt cough.
Spasm.
Angry.
Nope, sorry. Whooping fart balls.
So now they're at the law office trying to submit for an LLC, as we've mentioned, and they are giving them their list of potential names. The secretary, of course, is checking to see if the LLC is registered or copyright or whatever it is. Go ahead.
It was Dilapidated Titties Incorporated that Kenny dropped, by the way.
Good call. Good call.
Nope. Lubricated titty burgers.
Lubricated titty burger.
I'm not going to lie. That's
Sound
pretty good.
delicious.
That's a pretty good one. Lubricated titty burgers. I'm just saying. That's pretty good.
Sounds delicious, he says.
Like, well,
Sounds like a cheeseburger.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. You could be lubricating the burger with cheese, And if you think about it, the titties could be like, I don't know, something food related.
Made from like local cattle that only died like a day or so ago and is now in your stomach.
And they were females, so that they had titties. Female.
That's how we get moo.
Female.
We
titty
got
burger.
that moo juice. Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be like udder meat.
Udder meat, dog.
Can
Titty
you
burger.
eat the udder?
I don't know. Look that up while we continue here.
That's taken too. Indifferent rectal semen splooge. Sorry. Indifferent rectal semen splooge is taken? Come on! How are we supposed to name our startup company if every name is already taken?
I told you just have to be really original with your company name. There's a lot of startup companies these days.
Furry Bows plopped menacingly on the table, Incorporated.
That's available.
That's available. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So there we go. Now they're starting their Kickstarter. Furry Balls plopped menacingly on the table. Incorporated is an exciting new startup company in Colorado. So they're building their page here, their brand, whatnot, right? As we continue on here now, they're going to discuss, how it kind of doesn't really like quite roll off the tongue. You know what I mean? It's not something you can just like say. It's, hey, want to check out my company, Furry furry balls plop menacingly on the table incorporated?
Tongue, you're not gonna get any attention with that name. Man, this sucks.
Stan, aren't you supposed to be in school?
No, Dad, we don't need school anymore. We're forming a startup company.
A startup company? A company that does what?
No, we don't want to do anything. Yeah, that's why we want to have a startup company. Yeah, we're sick of school, but all the good attention-getting startup company names are taken.
Well, boys, there's more to starting a company than...
No.
No, there isn't, Dad. I like how Grandy always like is a little bit behind the quote unquote times in Stan's life. So like when he gets like, accosted, no, Dad. That's dumb, Dad.
No.
Nobody wants to play real guitar. You know what I mean? Like all these different times throughout his life. You lack a discipline, Dad. So Stan is always having to check his pops. No, Dad, that's exactly what we're doing. I'm online playing MMO, you artard. I'm not an artard. He's always getting checked. Always getting checked, boys. Okay, Joe looks like he's got one of those. I looked it up, and this is really weird kind of face. So, Joe, enlighten us. Udder meat, is it real?
Yes, you can. Yes, it is, and it's
Is it considered
a delicacy in like Chile and Peru and a couple other places.
Interesting. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, but there you go. You can get a lubricated, cheesy titty burger. So
yeah, I guess udder meat is basically just the cow equivalent of chicken breast.
That's true.
I bet it's good.
I bet you it's good. It's probably like tender and shit like that.
It's good.
It gets massaged regularly.
Like some guy jacks off cheese into it, not like a semen. He just like rubs a bile of cheese and pours it all over it. That's how he lubricates it. No, that's a good too, Joe. He pours it all over himself and jumps in the udder meat. It's like grapes, but with his body and cheese.
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's a fucking visual for you there, listeners.
Yeah.
Okay, back in the episode. Here is Cartman.
You guys, it's awesome! Holy shit, you guys, I've got it! What? It's the greatest startup company name ever! What? Tell us! Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins? It's so sweet! I'm pretty sure that's taken, Cartman. It's not, dude! Some dumb quit thingy happened, and the trademark got pulled! We can use it! And the logo! So he's right. That's what you were referring to, Joe, as well, was that the trademark expired or was taken away because the U.S. Supreme Court deemed it derogatory toward human beings, and thus it generalized a race of Native Americans, and they felt like enough people they're up against it. However, there were other people on the other side who were like, I'm not offended by this at all. But overwhelmingly, the majority of people spoke up enough to where it did. Otherwise, it wouldn't have taken place. If it was just a small percentage of people, then it wouldn't have passed. You know what I mean? Because then they would have been like, okay, that's just small little chitter chatter. But like it was blown up, and then people got behind it. Bam, that's what happened. Same thing with the Cleveland Indians. That's how they became the Cleveland Guardians. They took they took Aunt Jemima off the bottle of maple syrup. This is all happening in that same time frame when there was like an evolution as far as in brand and marketing, if you will.
Was it the football team or was it the baseball team that was just? Oh yeah, it was the football team because they were the Washington football team for a while.
Right, they went from the Redskins to the football team, and then finally, after a fan vote, and I guess the organization, they voted on the Commanders.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that's happening right now with Utah's hockey club. Right, they were the Arizona Coyotes. They moved to Utah, became the hockey club, and I'm sure by next year they're going to have whatever the fans voted on.
They had already decided on the Utah Yeti and everything along those lines. The problem is the guy who owns the copyright for the name Utah Yeti ain't giving that shit up. So now Utah is scrambling to find and like this could all just be bullshit that my buddy in Salt Lake told me is a rib, but like he lives in Salt Lake City, and like every time I try to make fun of that shitty team name, this is what he tells me.
You don't like the Yeti or the hockey club?
I think calling it Utah Hockey Club is really funny, so I make fun of him for that. And then he's like, Utah Yeti, but da 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 da.
I just think that
it's like, shut up, fool. It's my Arizona team. Like,
I just think that calling it a club when they have Mormons there is kind of funny. Like the Utah Hockey Club.
Oh, no doubt.
They're their own club, bro. Seriously. Sorry Scoop. I'm sorry.
Can we just call it the hockey team of Latter-day Saints and have their hockey sweaters look like white shirts and ties? They just are like skating missionaries.
I mean, do hockey players get laid?
Oh, yeah, then they can't.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I'm just saying, like, you know.
they get a gaggle of ass.
Right.
Moving on. That'll probably be edited out. Here's the Washington Redskins.
Washington Redskins. I like it.
Stan.
Woo-hoo!
Kenny.
What? Dude, there's already brand name awareness and it's instantly recognizable. Wait, guys, this doesn't seem legal. Kyle, you're not hearing me. The trademark has been pulled. We can do whatever we want.
They go full board, man. They go get
Full.
they can go get the logos.
Full send.
Yeah, they set up their office in such
They
a way.
adopt the colors.
They adopt the colors. You know, I will say, I'm not going to lie. Look, from a football fan perspective, and maybe you guys will agree with me, I like the Washington Redskins. I liked the colors. I'm not saying they don't have the same colors now. It's really just a logo change. But like, I liked the logo. I don't know. I liked it. But I never saw it in a racist manner. I just saw it as like they were the Washington Redskins. Like
But I didn't see it like that until like it became a thing. And I was like, maybe.
And then, like I always thought it was just an homage. I'm like, oh, these guys think Indians are badass. Like, okay, we all do.
That's what I always thought. You know,
and like I can understand where other people are coming from and stuff, but like at the same time, my view on this is very similar to how I view the FSU Seminoles in that. The Seminole tribe is like totally behind it. They're like, fuck yeah. And in return, FSU does things for that tribal council that, you know, they help each other out. It's a symbiotic copacetic relationship.
That's why nobody fucked with it. They were like, we won't win against them, but the Indians and the Redskins,
they changed it,
right? But I don't understand why the Redskins lost, because like the family of the chief used for the symbol and everything, and like maybe if it were a name other than Redskin, which like Redskin is actually the term for scalp, because like it basically turned into once Americans found out that natives were scalping Americans, it turned into, oh well, you get something for every redskin you bring in, basically meaning Indian scalp.
I'm surprised they didn't just like change it to like the Washington tribe or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just a tribe of people. That way it would just represent the heritage and love for the Native Americans. And then you're kind of coming to like some sort of like compromise corporate headquarters.
You all right, dude? Yeah, I just thought our company name would be more like original. It's a strong name, dude. It's like aggressive and masculine, like Boner Force, but Boner Force was taken. Yeah, but maybe we need a name that's more affirming. It like shows what we stand for. We don't stand for anything. Remember our company plan, guys.
The company plan, boys.
Start up, cash in, sell out, bro
down. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The 4-point plan. That's
to live by.
The plan to live by, boys.
Start up, cash in, sell out, bro down. I'm just not sure this is the name people are gonna give money to. We already got $1. What? I told you guys. Washington Redskins totally gets people's attention. Another $2. No way. Sitting on our asses, here we come.
Fuck yeah.
Here we go. Oh boy. All right. So here now moving back into the episode itself, just to break down a little bit more. So with only 6 days until the Kickstarter funds become available or become liquid, that is, Kyle and Stan back out because they believe that the company should do something, but Cartman won't allow it. They both go back and forth on Flurry. They both go back to Flurry balls plopped menacingly on the table incorporated. Meanwhile, Dan Snyder, as we'll show some clips of him, he tries to talk to Roger Goodell bot, but it breaks. So he Skypes all the other owners of the NFL, and they ultimately decide to make the Washington Redskins change their logo. At a press conference, Cartman reveals the new logo, which is the Redskins logo with boobs and a penis. As Cartman,
Which, I mean, come on. It's beautiful. Like,
It really
Can't deny
is.
It really is. It really is. So here's a news report that's going to be happening here on Channel 4 as the Washington Redskins name has caught the attention of, kids and teenagers everywhere, or people who are just like, they just don't do anything. I don't like that.
With
But-
Colorado's favorite brother and sister news team.
Oh, God, it is. Tom Thompson.
Attention on the internet. They're a company that does absolutely nothing, and they're called the Washington Redskins. The Redskins started as what appeared to be some kind of adolescent prank.
adolescent prank. Was it really a prank or was it deliberate?
That's a good question, Scoop.
Well, but the news says it appears to be an adolescent prank. They don't understand that this is actually a legitimate plan for the boys in order to, make some money and, like
Throw
the
it out.
news and the adults think that, these were just some kids making a joke that had no idea they were going to make money on it, where the joke is, no, the boys totally knew they were going to make money on it.
Oh, yeah, totally. And here's $23,000 pledged already of $1,000. It looks like their goal was only $1,000.
Right, and they
surpassed it by a
they
lot.
got $23,000 from like 2,200 backers. That's more than $10 a clip, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great.
2,200, 23,000. Yeah, you're looking at 10, 15 a clip.
Like, good for them.
Redskins started as what appeared to be some kind of
The Washington Redskins will do absolutely nothing for you. Here with the Washington Redskins, we will do absolutely nothing for you. By pledging us the money to do absolutely nothing, we will give you exactly what we promise. Nothing.
adolescent
Nothing.
We will even tell you to go screw yourself. 'Tis is our commitment.
prank, but almost overnight.
Rewards. You can take a look at some of the levels to see and choose what is a good fit for you. Pledge $1 or more, 715 backers. We will give you our utmost gratitude for allowing us to do nothing for you. Pledge $8 or more, thank you, and we will do absolutely nothing for you. Pledge $15 or more. You think you may be getting something, but you will get absolutely nothing. Rewards.
Come one of the
Risks.
most
Absolutely
heavily-
nothing. Pledge $25 or more, and you guessed it, absolutely nothing.
Funded projects on Kickstarter. Why did you give $5 to the Washington Redskins Kickstarter?
I don't know. They don't do anything.
I don't know. They just like doing
anything. Say that's for his way. I'll sweat.
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
That's
By
funny.
pledging just $1 or $2, you are helping us in our fervent quest to not have to do stuff. If you pledge $10 or more, you will receive this luxurious company micro badge.
It's called crowdfunding. Using the internet to raise money without having to pay back your investors. A tactic that some believe is unfair and impersonal.
So now,
They have him in the studio on the computer, and then he just turns to face the cat. God damn it.
and here he is. He, of course, is in his own like realty type Photoshop here. Let the Redskins do nothing for you. Find out how by calling 555-5467. And Eric Cartman will do nothing for you.
Washington Redskins, go fuck yourself.
So, of course, as I mentioned, that is the trope there. That's how he answers the phone.
Sure, we'd be happy to take your money. Yep, just go to our Kickstarter page. Okay, nice idiot. Fuck you. Bye-bye.
You are Eric
Nice
Cartman?
idiot. Fuck you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Here's Dan Snyder, as we mentioned, coming in to plead his case.
Yes, I know.
My name is Dan Snyder. I'm the president and owner of the Washington Redskins.
Oh, cool. Please take a seat.
Thank you, but I will stand.
Nice, I like that.
Young man?
Nice, I like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I always forget that one's in there. Nice, I like that. I gotta clip that and put that on my board. Nice, I like that. That's a good one.
We ask that you please stop using the name Washington Redskins for your organization.
Stop. But why?
Because we are the Washington Redskins, and we are a football team. You have no right to use our name to get attention.
The trademark got pulled, so I'm totally free to use the name, actually. Butter-
I like this, but he tells Butters to get the phone, and now Butters has to answer the phone the same way.
Could you get that? Washington Redskins, go fuck yourself.
Look, don't you see that when you call your organization the Washington Redskins, it's offensive to us?
How is it offensive?
How is it offensive? Jesus,
We are a proud team, Mr. Cartman. We have no wish to be associated with people who actively do nothing. Makes us feel like a joke.
Guys, we have total respect for you.
I do like this parody here of South Park pointing it out how obvious it is when they break it down as far as what they believe to be, quote unquote, paying homage to actual Native Americans.
When we named our company Washington Redskins, it was out of deep appreciation for your team and your people.
I know I can't legally make you stop using our name, but won't you just do it out of decency?
No. Because I don't want to, and we can't just change the name of our company because it's like super hard. But hey, from one Redskin to another, go fuck yourself.
And I completely see the point they're making here, that they were just using like every little bit of rhetoric and bullshit that the Washington Football Organization and the Snyders were putting out there at the time. Well, no, we can't just change our name. Like, we're doing it out of respect, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, dude, like, you've already been told that we want you to change your name, change your fucking name.
I also
change your fucking name.
I also like that the tides have turned, that Eric Cartman has learned from his past mistakes from EA Sports. And now he is the man sitting at the desk.
Right.
With his EA Sports big old haircut at the top. Yeah, you know.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah.
Get the fuck out of my building.
I'll piss on you.
Now, that's the part with that old EA Sports saying. Get the fuck out of my building. Well,
get the fuck out of my building.
And fuck you too. I'll piss in your face. So as you saw there, the Snyders, of course, they have to leave. And here, we'll play a little montage here that they show us here where he's like sad on the plane here.
World, people are saying they are inspired by the Washington Redskins. That startup company has raised so much money on Kickstarter that now more fame.
More news on the Washington Redskins tonight. Their defiant FU attitude has now caught the attention of terrorist group ISIS. The terrorists said they admire the Washington Redskins and want to try and follow their business model.
Well, let's not forget, Marcia, that there's a...
So Dan Snyder there walking through different scenarios, listening to sports radio. Now a newspaper gets thrown at his feet.
People here, okay, who are not happy about the use of the name. The football Washington Redskins.
Well...
And now there's a New York Times that says ISIS copies Washington Redskins.
Now, is there truth behind this? Did ISIS and other terrorist organizations try to use Kickstarter and stuff?
I think there was a little bit of that too. They were using that. They were using Twitter, right? So they were using all of that to try, and they're basically using the internet, that business model, to try and raise money for their organization. But I think there might have been some sort of Kickstarter, and I don't know if they ever got paid out for it. I think once it was found out,
there was, I think someone thought that, not someone, but I think that there were some people that thought a certain sect of ISIS was trying to use it as money laundering as well.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They probably were, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's why Joe is the trivia god. Here is the continuation here.
Yeah, but does anyone really care about them?
Washington, he cries like a Native American.
Like the Native American trash ad, yeah. They're like the old Simpsons. Don't turn around. And then he turns around. Oh my God, I told you not to turn around.
So that's how it ends.
Dude, this is so cool. We only have 6 days to go before all the money pledged to our company becomes liquid. Guys, we need to talk to you. I really don't think we want to be a company that ISIS looks up to. We should maybe issue a statement saying that we don't sanction them. Oh, no, you guys. We started this company to do nothing. If we start doing stuff now, it'll put it all at risk.
He makes a good point. I mean, if you start like a company and your whole point is to do nothing, be about nothing, have no, political, racial, whatever type of backing, organizations, you're just literally doing nothing, then you really want to not have any part in any of these arguments because you're going to create a divide within your audience.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just basic, simple marketing 101. You want to create a product that doesn't create an argument between the audience because you want it to appeal to everyone. Now, sometimes people do because they're in their own morals as well. I'm not saying there isn't companies that specifically target demographics with specific products. But I mean, in general, if you want to make the most money possible, which I think every company does, they want their product to be accessible to all, right? I mean, am I wrong there?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. The marketing people aren't here today, Dane and fucking Darren. You're the math wizard guy and data guy, and Joe writes the stories. He writes the fucking stories.
I write the songs.
Okay. So here's back into the episode here.
People aren't going to support our company if we dig in our heels and say we don't care about anything. Digging in our heels and pissing on public opinion is what the Washington Redskins are all about.
Yep.
Now come on, guys. If you want to be a successful business, then you have to be honest about what you are. Once you take a stand on something, you're pretending like your company is about more than money. Then all of a sudden, you're the NFL and your players get caught molesting little boys.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, Cartman took that to a dark turn, didn't he?
But would it be Cartman if he didn't?
It wouldn't be.
That's the Catholic Church.
I like this comparison. NFL, Catholic Church, same thing.
NFL, Catholic Church, same thing. Okay, let's use the Catholic Church.
Sure.
You take a moral stand on issues, you say you're about honor and integrity, and the next thing you know, your clergymen are getting caught beating up their wives in an elevator.
That's the NFL. It's the same thing. Kyle, you know what?
It's the same thing, Kyle. The point is, if we as an organization claim
That's
to
funny.
be about high morality, somebody is eventually going to get raped or beaten in an elevator, and it's most likely going to be Butters.
Well,
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I was gonna say I was having this conversation actually a little bit with Darren, because Darren we've been following along with the Diddy stuff. You can go check out Puff and Mail on YouTube, where we've been just like literally reading the documents and breaking it down and trying to go through everything.
Sick shit.
It is some sick stuff. But Darren made the notion, and after we came to a conclusion, I agree with what he was ultimately saying, and that was you have to have the same people that allow Diddy to get away and enable these acts to be had are also the same people that would allow NFL players to abuse and beat their wives and then continue on watching the NFL like nothing happened. And I was like, okay, I get what you're saying, because it's that same mentality of like, oh, it's not really affecting me directly, right? So like, I'm not going to let it affect my happiness. And of course, wanting to be part of a community and be part of that mob mentality of being accepted, right? Because if you're a football fan, you build that community and camaraderie, or whatever sport, whatever politics. That's what we do today. We all pick teams. So I think I understood what he was saying in that regard, where you want to feel like you're a part of something. So it's the same thing. I get what he's saying. He's not wrong. Catholics and the NFL in that regard. I don't know if I've ever read NFL players doing that to little boys. Maybe like having a domestic abuse problem or something like, and there's been isolated cases where NFL players have done something with women, but I don't think it's like a stemming issue that's happening right now in the NFL. So, and I also think that the majority of people who watch the NFL are probably just watching it because, like I said, they pick a team, community, or they do it for fantasy, or they do it for gambling. You know what I mean? Same things. It's, there's a myriad of reasons.
You have like the Hall of Famers that were murderers, like Ray Lewis and shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, fucking murderers, bro. God, get away with this, Scott fucking free.
Oh, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying not everybody is doing that in the NFL.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
That's true. We don't know. That's a good point.
Josh Allen definitely has a body or two buried in his backyard. He's from Wyoming, or he went to school in Wyoming. We know what the Suttons do, or whatever the hell it is from Yellowstone. Duttons.
Allegedly!
That's ignorant.
That was a civil suit and there was no evidence.
That's ignorant.
Okay.
Allegedly.
So we continue on here in the office with the boys and Cartman. Butters.
All right. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I'm not happy with the direction this company is taking. Well, what are you going to do? Go back to school? I'm not going back there, man. Maybe I'll start my own company. But that's fine. You can't call yourself Washington Redskins. I don't want to. It's a stupid name.
I'd be offended too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kyle,
look at Cartman's face there. He's just
so is Stan.
What? All right. Here and now, of course, Cartman.
Well, I guess everything's out on the table now, huh, Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everything is. Stan, do you think our name is stupid too? I don't know. But I don't know if my future is with this company either. Evan, I wish you both well in your new venture. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hang on, is this the company where I don't get raped? Yeah, here, right? Oh, okay, I'm gonna stay in here.
Yeah. And I love that it just like I love that it's just like a straight up replica of Joe Gibbs's Redskins sweaters from the 1980s that Butters is wearing.
Right.
It's pretty dope, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So here is Dan Snyder talking to the Roger Goodell quote unquote robot, the Roger bot, as they call him here in the episode.
Accomplish that.
What?
We will continue to identify and add expertise to our team.
I like that they actually use audio drops from Roger Goodell.
Yes.
It is so great.
That's the most ridiculous nothing answer I've ever heard. What are you gonna do now?
Everyone will participate in education sessions starting in the next month.
This thing is broken!
We can add and we will do more. Do more.
Do more.
Do more.
The thing is broken again.
Broken again! And so I call upon the help of...
So now, of course, he's got, all of the NFL owners. And, I would imagine that most of these are probably dead on because South Park is not going to depict somebody if they're not really going after them.
Right.
So from left to right, I can't see all the names because of course, the white text, but there are names from the Vikings. There's Ark Rooney from the Steelers. There's Stan Kroenke from the Rams. Clark Hunt from the Chiefs. Jimmy Haskell something from the Browns. Mike Brown of the Bengals. Paul Allen of the Seahawks. Bill Bidwell, I'm guessing, of Carolina.
No, Bill Bidwell Bidwell was the Cardinals owner.
Oh, Cardinals, I'm sorry.
Jed York, 49ers, Mike Davis.
Yeah, there's Jim Irsay. Like, I think this was just going after all the owners because even Shad Khan is there.
Jerry Jones looking all fucked up.
And, like, there's 31 screens here. So I think this was just all the owners. Because they got Shad Khan, they got Paul Allen.
You're right. Yeah, so they went after everybody here. That's great.
Right, because the Rooney family is actually really progressive and stuff if you ever look into the Rooney Rule and shit like that. And, the fact that they've had a black coach for like 8,000 years now.
Yeah.
Since Bill Cowher retired. But not that the Rooney's closet is skeleton free by any means. I'm sure there's something in there, but I think this was more just South Park having all the owners there, and some internet wrestling mark really needs to take that image of Shad Khan and do something with it. That's a meme right there.
It is a good one. It is a good meme. All right, so continuing on.
Cannot let my people be belittled like this.
Man, you don't want to be dealing with this stuff. Let the Goodell bot do it.
The stupid thing isn't working.
Or we'll get it right.
Man, that thing hasn't worked right since we bought it.
Look, my team is starting to lose hope. You have to use your influence to make these people change their name.
Did you tell them we're about honor and integrity? If the Goodell bot is broken, we must stay out of it more than even usual.
And so I'm alone? What if they ridicule the 49ers team next? Or make fun of Jerry Jones because his eyes are too far apart?
Man, they're too far apart. Change their logo. Will it make you happy?
I guess we can live with that.
Then it is decided. We will make them change their logo. Begin mass behind-the-scenes under-the-table enforcement of our wishes now.
Does Jerry Jones actually have rings?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got the three-peat from the 90s from after he bought the team in 88.
Yeah, so he's won a couple NFL championships.
Hadn't won one in 30 years.
Yeah, but he still got a couple. I mean, damn.
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't a three-peat. It was 3 out of 5 because they won 3 out of 4. They won 27, 28, and 30.
Yeah, I was going to say they went back-to-back, went with that one. That was the Niners-Chargers Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And they came back and won.
Against Schittsburg.
Oh, Schittsburg.
The Yinzers.
Was that Neil O'Donnell or Cordell at that point?
Yeah, well, both. Neil was the starting quarterback, but Cordell was there and was fully in the middle of his slash heyday.
Gotcha. Man, we're old. Okay, moving on here.
Slash Stewart.
So Cartman now is going to do his own version of like a Apple or Bill Gates type of tech talk ceremony.
Basically a keynote.
A keynote speak, yeah, where they introduce new products and whatnot. So Cartman apparently they got to Cartman. He got influenced enough. They have to change their logo. Let's see what Cartman comes up with.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you up there! Fuck you! Fuck you. Words mean a great deal to us. They help us express just how we as a company see things differently. There are a lot of startup companies on Kickstarter, but after today, I think you'll agree that Washington Redskins is the most exciting. As you know, the Redskins have been on the forefront of Kickstarter as a company that is always finding new and exciting ways to tell people to go fuck themselves.
I like this. And now our company is thrilled to show you the changes that they made in their company. Like, it's so minor. We moved the couch from here to here and all this just ridiculously stupid stuff.
And now our company is thrilled to show you all the latest innovations we've come up with. To begin with, we have moved the couch from the left side of the office to the right side. We also added a new rug that goes better with our office drapes. And probably most exciting of all, we have actually updated the company from the inside out. We received a lot of pressure from certain communities to change our Redskins logo. As a company, we want to be firm, but we also want to be flexible. And so we thought if we have to change our logo, it should be more in step with today's times.
All right, so here we go. As I mentioned, they're going to depict the Washington Redskins logo now, the head of a body. And, well, it's a special body.
But still define us as the leading Kickstarter company. What we came up with is the new company logo that I think you'll all agree is very exciting.
It's a drawn-on pair of beeps, followed by balls and wiener.
Dude, that pin would be so fucking sick to have, though.
Yeah.
You can't deny having that pin on your shirt would be fucking sick, bro.
I don't know if I'd wear that pin.
God, I would wear the fuck out of that shit.
I'd rock it.
Especially with the one bent over.
We're not there yet.
Now when people hear the name Redskins, they will immediately think titties and bows. It's just a bold new way that we can say we don't fucking care. Go Redskins!
Yes, and everybody was very excited and thrilled with the outcome of that keynote speech. So there you go. There you go. All right, so now at Kyle's house, Stan and Kyle argue more about their company's name, and Stan, he decides to leave as well. So that night at Kickstarter headquarters, the Washington Redskins football team destroys the company, thus ending both the Washington Redskins and Furry Balls plot menacingly on the table incorporated. The next day, Cartman, Stan, and Kyle decide to make a company just like Kickstarter called Go Fund Yourself. Along with it, they make a new logo of the Washington Redskins logo with breasts and a penis having anal sex with another Washington Redskins logo with a breast and a penis. So basically what Scuba alluded to here, and if you didn't catch what I was saying, their company gets broken into and destroyed. So in response, they turn up the heat even more with the Redskins logo. And they make their own company called Go Fund Yourself.
Go Fund Yourself!
And then they make the Washington Redskins logo have sexual intercourse with each other. Two logos, one with the body of a penis, the other one booty up, as Scoop mentioned, taking it in the bam bam. Thank you, Sam.
Got that pin, or even that on a hat, or something.
All right, so here's Furry Balls plop menacingly on the table incorporated with Stan, and they got $743 so far. It's not bad.
You okay, bro? I just never saw myself owning a company called Furry Balls Plot Menacingly on the Table. Give it time, it'll grow on you. Why don't we just call it Untitled Startup Company? Because that sounds like we don't have anything. We've been through this already, Stan. Yeah, I know that. But a good company should never have 7 words in its title.
Damn.
What do you mean? I just feel that somewhere out there's a perfect startup company name, and I need to be free to go find it.
I mean, he's kind of he's kind of right. You don't want to have like a long title name, even if we look at it like the only title names you 4 is kind of pushing it. You know what I mean? Like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like 4 names is kind of pushing it already. Any more than that, you know? Even like, I mean, the series of unfortunate events, that's 5. But that's a series. Kind of get away with it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. With a series, yeah.
Yeah, and you could just not even say you could just say series of unfortunate events. That's still 4. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you really don't want to push 4 when you're trying to market something like that. Of course, Stan, as we mentioned, is going to leave.
Oh, well, I certainly don't want you to feel that Furry Ball's plot menacingly on the table is holding you back. Good luck with your company, dude. Yeah. Good luck with yours.
It's trying to make
Got it.
Everyone's trying to make their own. So I apologize. I spoke here earlier if I didn't make it clear. Dan Snyder is breaking into Kickstarter, and they're going to take down Kickstarter, and that's why the money disappears. I'm sorry if I misspoke. Here's Kickstarter.
It's just incredible, Harry. Everyone is using Kickstarter for everything. And for every project funded, we get 5%. It's like we don't even have to do anything, and we just make money. Sitting on our asses, here we...
They have the same freaking idea. Start up, cash in, sell out, bro down. Well, here comes Dan Snyder and the Washington Redskins. Ridiculous.
This is pretty savage, this part.
Dude, not only is this savage, it would be fucked up if you were in your office and a bunch of football players just came in ready to fucking take you out. I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Especially in like full gear. Like shit.
Full gear? Oh, dude.
Huh?
Huh? So yeah, they get the crap kicked out of them here, these guys.
They get murdered.
Well, yeah. I don't know if we'd say murdered. We don't know if anybody actually died, but they definitely get the crap.
We watch people die. Definitely watch a couple people die.
Yeah, that dude got his neck broken and sprayed blood all over number 59.
Could have survived. Now this guy in front, he's dead. Yeah, that guy's dead. But, that guy's
He just kicked his head off.
That guy's definitely dead. That guy's
she's
dead.
got some curves on her. What the fuck?
She did have some curves on her.
God.
She's been unalived.
She's been unalived.
Now the building is happening as they burnt down the building, and it's
burn the Kickstarter.
So now, of course, they're all excited because they think it's deadline day. They made it. They're going to be rich. They can cash out, bro down, blah blah.
We made it, guys. We can finally stop doing stuff and see just how much our company made in 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the dead end!
Oh boy, this is like Christmas morning!
Until they get on there and realize that they cannot find the server. Kickstarter.com is down because those Washington Redskins players just took it offline.
Find the server? Kickstarter.com. Kickstarter. Where is Kickstarter? Get it up on your phone, Butters. Come on, I want to know how much our company is worth.
It's not coming up on my phone either. I just... Holy Mother Mary! Whoa! Somebody raided Kickstarter and then burned the building to the ground!
What?
Somebody killed Kickstarter!
Who the hell would burn Kickstarter to the ground?
You bastards!
Oh my god.
Shit,
that weird little Chewy guy.
Weird little Chewy guy.
Oh, that's funny. At first he thought he was going to be talking about Dan Snyder, like he knew it, but no, of course. Cartman automatically jumps to Kyle thinking he had something to do it, and of course now he's going to go tell Kyle, you broke Kickstarter, but Kyle had his money on there too, so why would he want his company to go down?
No, I just can't get it to load.
Nobody can. It's gone. You just couldn't take it that our company was more successful than yours would ever be.
My company was on Kickstarter too. Why would I get rid of it?
Well, somebody did. It doesn't matter, you guys. There's something a lot more important here. Do you guys remember when we first decided to start a company together? We all had a common goal, and we weren't going to let anything stop us from getting to the bro down. But somewhere between starting up and selling out, we lost our way. We can't do this on our own. We need each other.
That's right. You need your bros. Otherwise, there's no one to bro down with.
No one to bro down with. Always need the bros.
Always need the bros. Because otherwise, you're just a lonely guy. You're broless.
Broless.
You're broless. You gotta have your bros. Because you gotta have your bros. They gotta be there to tell you when you're fair. Because you gotta have your bros. You gotta have your bros. So, of course, they come up with the idea, we're going to start our own Kickstarter.
He's right. We should do a merger.
A merger? It's too late for that, you guys. Kickstarter is gone. We don't have a company. We don't have anything.
Yes, we do. We have a sweet name. I was wrong, Cartman. Washington Redskins is the perfect name. I think maybe I was just jealous that I didn't come up with it.
Oh.
It is really sweet.
Kyle, has some sort of reflection here and realizes maybe he was a little jealous of Cartman. And even Cartman goes, I know, it's pretty good.
No, I think that's more Kyle using Cartman's ego and narcissism against him.
That's a good point, too. That's a good point.
And we always said that all we needed was a sweet name and the rest would figure itself out.
Yeah, we can do it, fellas. It'll be like old times. What do you say, Cartman?
I see. Okay. So, as we mentioned, they're going to start their own GoFundMe. So, how do you stay relevant in a volatile marketplace?
Relevant in a volatile marketplace. As you know, our goal at Washington Redskins is to not do anything and make money not doing it.
When Kickstarter went down, many saw their startup projects die. Washington Redskins, who knows?
Kyle.
People still need a way to raise money for their stupid startup projects, and with the Redskins, you can now go fund yourself. And the idea is simple. You, the people, go out and raise all your own money and give the Washington Redskins 5%.
You will literally be giving us money for doing absolutely nothing. It is the biggest fuck you we have ever come up with. But we didn't stop there, because the new company direction also means, of course, a new and improved logo.
So
it looks like it has hair now.
Yes, it does. So the Washington Redskins logo is having intercourse with another Washington logo.
It's a C with an L, fuck C with a dick wrapping around and fucking the L out of the ASS.
Right. Go Redskins. So now, okay, so here's where the episode takes a little bit of a turn, though. So now, on Monday Night Football, or that afternoon, whatever you want to, when the game took place, the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins are having a game. But the Washington Redskins are too discouraged by their name and being made fun of, so they decide they're not going to play. So Dan Snyder goes out by himself, the owner of the Washington Redskins, steps onto the field, which, by the way, they would never let this happen. But he goes out on the field by himself and is tackled several times, severely injuring him to the risk of death. This leads to public backlash, even from ISIS at the end. So basically, the public gets mad, gets pissed off, and thus they stop supporting the Washington Redskins Go Fund Yourself business, and the boys have to go back to school. They lose their company and they have to go back to school. And that is how this episode wraps up. So we'll finish up some final clips here on this edition of SMB. That's the SMB review.
Beautiful night in Arlington, Texas, as the Dallas Cowboys get set to take on the Washington Redskins. That is, of course, Washington Redskins, the football team, not Washington Redskins, the audacious crowdfunding company.
Yeah, and if you ask me, the Redskins are a scam.
You're talking about the crowdfunding company, Redskins.
That's right. And now you've got terrorist groups like ISIS using the Redskins to raise their money. I don't like what the Redskins are doing.
Those Redskins.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So here's the Redskins players walking out.
Go. What will we do?
Don't let them break you. Don't let them win.
So they all leave him. Like I said, Dan Snyder by himself. So now he's going to come out here. He's going to come out here, a lone Redskin.
Skin is making his way out of the locker room.
As he waits for the kickoff. The ref, he's just like, all right, blow the bill. Blow the whistle. And he gets tackled. Oh, yes. And as you kind of started there, Joe, he keeps getting up and he keeps saying, hot, 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 hot.
Hot, 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 hot.
Stay down.
Stay down. Hot, 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 hot.
Just stay down, for the love of God.
I'm laughing at the fact that the Dallas Cowboys players just keep tackling him.
Mercilessly.
Mercifully. So because of this,
it's like right up there with the Red Wings just beating the shit out of preschool kids.
Yeah.
I love you, son.
But in that one, they were cheering for it. It was like everyone was into it.
I love you, son.
I hate you, coach. All right. So here's the end where the boys are going to find out about the public backlash.
Boy, this is the life, huh, guys? We finally did it!
I might just sit here until my ass fuses into the couch.
What the hell is that?
Our word has got to go. Redskins paid bounties. Bounties paid for flesh and body parts. Change the name, and no honor in your name. Your R word is wrong. I think Matt's muted.
What?
Change your name.
It doesn't belong in today's society.
Change our name?
But you all thought our name was sweet.
There's nothing sweet about a people who were decimated. A once proud nation that finally lost hope and left their leader to be massacred by cowboys in a defiant last stand.
I mean, that's for, parenting.
That's
real
literally
life.
what that, yeah.
In real life. That's interesting.
When was this?
Last night.
Monday Night Football.
Until you change your name, we are asking all your subscribers to boycott you.
That's right.
That's
no
right.
longer use your insensitive company for...
You just hear Trey. That's right.
Yeah, right. Good for you, ISIS.
What the hell do we do?
Cartman.
We go back to ski.
I guess we have to get back to ski.
I guess we gotta go back to school.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of SMB, a South Park review.
South Park review.
Coming up next week, it's gluten-free Ebola. What happens when the city of South Park, and more or less the United States, starts to have gluten, problems. Everybody becomes anti-gluten. The gluten-free craze takes over the city of South Park, and we see what happens when you drink too much gluten. It's all coming up next. When you don't have enough gluten. It's all coming up next week on another edition of SMB, a South Park review.